Hey gang, Jason here for the love of tractors, and I am with a John Deere 8020 four-wheel drive. So this is kind of the vintage start of John Deere four-wheel drives. Now, of course, the Wagner four-wheel drives were like the first John Deere four-wheel drive, but this is kind of when John Deere really got into the game, I feel like. Anyway, so this is from Ertl, and this was made, I think, in 2004. This is the first edition. I don't know that that matters, honestly, a whole heck of a lot, but it's got the first edition stamp on it anyway. And I think it's pretty cool. It's a neat 1/64 scale four-wheel drive. And when this came out, when this was announced, it was a big deal. Like, this was kind of that era, early mid-2000s, when I think, and a lot of other farm toy people think, Ertl really stepped it up. Like, they kind of went from making toys in 1/64 scale to making collectibles in 1/64 scale. Now, this is still a toy almost in every sense of the word, except for that first edition stamp, but it's also a collectible. I don't know how to necessarily explain that. You know, they had been in the 1/16 scale collectors business for quite a while, but they definitely hadn't done that with 1/64 scale so much. And so this was when it was kind of starting to come together, I think. I feel like this era is when 1/64 scale was becoming more serious, was being taken more serious as more than just toys, but as a collector market. I don't know. That's probably for a whole different video, but let's take a look at this tractor real quick. So singles, obviously all the way around, big fat singles, and that's true to form. That's the way it should be. There is, basically a solid casting. I mean, we've got a hood seam here, so we've got two halves casting. So the motor is all built into this casting. That's fine. I mean, that's what you would expect out of a toy. This was honestly a $4 or $5 toy back when it was new, so you wouldn't expect it to have its own engine casting and all things like that. I do particularly like this decal or tampo on here. I love that old vintage John Deere look. I think that's cool. Sorry, my camera's not focusing on it particularly well. It's probably because I'm moving. I also want to point out, I think these are a nice looking wheel. You can see lots of detail in there as far as bolts and things like that. And I don't think this is a bad looking tire either. And I mean, it's pretty hard rubber, but yeah, it's still rubber. And it's not bad. It fits this tractor well. I always felt like Ertl did a nice job on this one as far as that goes. Now, up front here, we've just got a plain old decal, no texture to it or anything, but they do have some nice printing on there to look like a grill, and you get, of course, the vintage John Deere logo there. Straight pipe with rain cap, so that's nice, and then a nice big air cleaner here. I love that. I don't like this rivet, but I mean, what else are you going to do? I mean, it's got to be there. If you're going to customize this thing, that's like the first thing you're filling in. So, nice steps here. You can even see there's like an access panel to something here, and you can see the rivet detail, or the, I guess the bolt detail on that. And, over here we've got steps and no bolt detail. So that's just one of the little things that kind of set this off. Let's check out the operator station here if we can. I love the seat, actually, because see how it's got like the cuts through and all that. So it's not just a solid seat. This was well done, I always felt like. We've got fuel cap here, and then the steering wheel is not just a flat disc steering wheel. It's actually got spokes, so that was awesome too, I think. Another great vintage John Deere logo back here, and check out the flasher and brake detail, or light detail. So I can really appreciate that too. That's well done. So it's just bare back. We got the flat tab hitch to hook up to your standard Ertl implements, and we have like some little detail back here of, stuff. And I think that's cool. If you were going to run some hydraulics, you could run them up under there, just lots of effort there. Check out the articulating joint too, by the way. Some nice detail there. You can see, it's got some flanges on there for like added strength, like the real one, and all that sort of thing. So I don't know, it's really well done. Underneath, they've got some sort of relief here to simulate some driveline detail, but no real detail, and that's okay. I wouldn't expect it on a $5 toy. there you go, guys. The John Deere 8020 from Ertl. You know, pretty sweet little tractor, I think. I was thrilled to get it when it came out. I know a lot of other people were too. I've customized one or two of these over the years. They always turn out great, I think. So, all right, guys, that's gonna do it. As always, appreciate you watching. Please do that like, share, subscribe thing. Treat each other well. Have a good day. Happy tractor hunting.